Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Gemini. If Gemini is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, and let's see, what do these tea leaves have to say today? My goodness, it's a lot of them. All right. So whenever I see this card, I think of this song, and you'll have to go look it up if you don't know it. It's a song by Daniel Johnston, who's kind of an outsider musician. And he, one of his most popular songs was called, he has transitioned, unfortunately, but it's called True Love Will Find a Way in the End. And I can't help but have this song in my head whenever I see this card. So the Two of Cups, love, love, love. And yeah, and I love this song. It's kind of sad. It's a little sad. And the thing that is so beautiful about it, and this is why I think of this, is because to me it is so much about the sentiment is so much about like that divine love, the agape. It's not just romantic, amorous love, but this is a naive openness that you can only have with something beyond human interactions, right? Maybe the love you have as a child, but as you get older, I think it changes a little bit. But you can really, I think that you can access this kind of connection with the divine through our faith, through our acts of devotion, through the awe that kind of emerges from experiencing divine or holy moments. And so we have a most sacred deer right here. And you can see the legs and the back, and here are the beautiful and grand antlers there. And it's right beside a tree. Okay, so this is such a gorgeous, gorgeous image. And really, to me, it is almost, with all of these tea leaves and they're grouping together, it almost seems a little chaotic, but really it reminds me of the fullness of the forest, of being out there in the natural cathedral, really just coming into a place where there's no way that you can't feel like you are surrounded by beauty. There is just I don't know how you could be out there and think, this is just, we're just another, on another walk in another place. No, it is a striking, all-encompassing feeling of just, the glory of being alive and witnessing something like this. And so I feel that, in your life, there's something emerging, or maybe you're right in the middle of it already, but it almost is kind of like the secrets of the universe are, tickling you, tickling your brain a little bit. There is a sense of connectedness. Things seem quite magical. There is the softness of love, that glow that you kind of feel when you are in those places of being in love. And I think that this is where the sweetness of life often comes from, right? We spend, I think, most of our time not here. If you do, then you are very lucky. But we have these little moments, these little openings where our heart is aflame. And these are the reasons why I think, anyways, for myself, I would say this is true. This is why we keep going when things feel difficult, when they feel bleak, when we feel maybe listless or melancholy, a lot of gray or blue. And then we have these moments that are so rich, so potent. And I think that this is a time, and I feel like this is important for you to be present. Put down the phone. Turn off the video. No, don't do that. Watch the rest and then turn it off. But, being there, being in it, really, really making use of your time by just indulging in maybe the leisure of it all. Taking your priorities, reprioritizing things. And I apologize for the sound. They are out there sweeping the lane here, sucking up all the leaves, so it does get a little loud. But looking at your priorities, your routine, your schedule, where are some things that can wait? Putting those aside and giving yourself some time to be alone, to contemplate, to, lay around and daydream, take a nap, whatever it is. Give yourself a treat. And I know we're all busy, and you might laugh, how am I ever going to find the time? Well, sometimes you must. We can't just save ourselves for vacation or whatever. Sometimes we have to just take a little bit of a break, even if it is only 15 minutes of your day, where you are sitting in your car by yourself in a parking lot or whatever. Close your eyes and, have a little bit of a daydream. Listen to a book, listen to some music, whatever it is. But I think that this is an important time for you to really get into this whole atmosphere that is around you. We also have a person who is kind of sitting here. They have a hat on. There's a bird flying over here. And, I really think of like maybe somebody at the lake, at the ocean. You don't have to be around the water, but I do think that it is a feeling of just kind of going out and looking at things, looking at the tree line, going to a park, sitting on a bench, watching the birds, and maybe these are things you do often, or maybe this is something that you don't do ever. But don't be afraid to go out there and find some different things to do. I have a strong feeling of breaking your routine here. And I think it's going to be, something. I feel like it's almost like you will have some kind of revelation by doing so. Something will be offered to you, some kind of spiritual download. And so many times this is the case, right? Have you ever, chosen to like walk home a different way and just, on a whim, right? And while you're walking, you see something so out of the ordinary, it kind of really takes you aback. You see something of great beauty, you find $5 on the ground, or, whatever it is, something just, it's like the universe is winking at you, letting you know, like, sometimes you have to go the other way, right? Sometimes you have to, do the thing that you don't usually do. And that's how we have new experiences. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have a large bird here, and I'm looking at it. It almost looks like it reminds me of a peacock that is kind of roosting, coming down from its roost, and the peacock related to the goddess Juno, but also, you know, a sense of beauty and richness and good health. And good health. And so I think that there's a sense of really spending time looking at things that you find beautiful, experiencing things that are beautiful to you. You know, not everything has to be beautiful in a conventional sense of beauty, but there are things that are just kind of objectively beautiful in the world. And I think it's important for us to find the things that we are drawn to. And no, I'm not talking about people necessarily. I don't, you know, but what I am thinking of is artwork. Artwork, music, things that are so beautiful, so enchanting, awe-inspiring to you, that they kind of transport you. Okay, and I really feel like this is kind of the emotional, spiritual connection that is really flowing through your life. And, you know, I would love to say, okay, this is with that love energy, this is all about romantic love. And maybe it is, but not in the way that we think of it, right? I think that you are really having a romance with the universe. You are really having a romance with existing within this realm itself. Okay, there's a lot of hard things going on in the world. You know, there always are. It's always happening one way or another. Sometimes it seems so much worse than other times. It really, you know, it depends on our perceptions, of course. But I really feel deeply that when we go through these times that feel greatly troubling, especially emotionally, psychically, how we can help push against this in the collective is to witness beauty, to do things that make you feel alive, things that make you feel beautiful, things that spread kindness and care and, you know, a wholeness, a holistic, just kind of, it's just such a potent experience, feeling immersive. And when we allow ourselves to engage in this kind of atmosphere or get into these states, it changes how the collective, you know, the collective state in general. Okay, so there is a lot of collective trauma happening. And of course, we hold space for that. We should. But I really think that being part of the healing of that is doing things that create beauty in the collective. Okay. And so, and you know, and I'm saying beauty, but this really is kind of, in this context, synonymous with love, right? A feeling of great love, of love that you know, it goes across all states of being. And I think this is how we we meet the problems of the world in a small way, you know, in a way that we all can contribute. And I'm just looking at this and I really think that there's a sense of, and I see these figures, and they all look like they're standing up, very confidently, face to face, right? And I feel there's a strong desire for connection, in a sense of community, and I think that and I know this about Gemini because so many of you are it's not just being extroverted, but there is a deep care for humanity. There is a deep sense of not only wanting to live in your authentic being, but wanting all people to be able to live in their authentic being. And you will do what it takes to kind of create spaces, places, and trust with the people around you so that they may be themselves with you. And that is something that is really special, very unique, and rare. So, I think it's something that maybe we don't talk about enough, but creating that experience for yourself and for other people is maybe one of the most important things that you do in your life. And it is something that is very commendable, very necessary. And, I think that it's part of what this new collective cycle is really about. This new age that we've begun to kind of crawl into. We're starting to begin to learn to walk, hopefully a little bit, and and we see the changes everywhere. We do, and it's easy to feel like that's not happening, but the older you are, the more you know. Life was quite different, even just 30 years ago. And the world, even with all of its problems, is a beautiful place. And, I myself anyways feel very privileged to live in the world that we do. And I think, the divine that my child lives in the world that we do. There's so much potential for her, and opportunity, and the ability to create a life for herself that hopefully that she wants, and when she's done with that, she can change. And she's allowed to, right? She's allowed to change and change and change again. And, it's easy to forget. It's easy to forget. But, it is a beautiful, beautiful world. And so that's why we must, we must experience, enact, and, employ beautiful things and love and our creativity into the collective, so that we continue to go this way, instead of things go another way. So let's take a look. We have something here. This came from, I don't know what that is, but looks like it's, I don't even know. But so we have some birds. So we have at least 4 birds, and we have maybe the trunk of a tree here. And so I feel that there is, It feels like, well, there's messaging. With all of the birds, there's messaging. But with the trunk of a tree, what I usually think when I see that, it is a tree that is, the stump, I should say, stump of a tree, but it still has its roots. So I feel like this is a place where there is an opportunity to build off of the old, right? Where something was cut down. There's an opportunity to make use of that foundation, okay, to build something there. And not all is lost, right? But the parts that needed to be are gone, okay? So I do think, you know, you have a lot of inspiration happening. There's a lot of beauty, a lot of connection with that divine stuff. And so you know, where you have decided to maybe dispel some things, purge some things, there's still a beautiful foundation for you to begin to work. There are still roots there. It's strong, right? Nothing is going to go tumbling away unless you decide you want it gone. So you know, you are in control of this cycle. You're in control of this next period of building. And I think that, you know, you really are moving in a place that feels very meaningful for you, Gemini. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up here. We have the Dreamer's deck. Okay, and this is 40 affirmations for pursuing your dreams from the I Know collection. And I'm just going to go ahead and stop where it feels right. We have, it says, I know that it is important to work hard and play even harder. I am supposed to have fun. Okay. This is like the most Gemini card ever. You know, and it goes with the vibe. It totally does. So make sure you're balancing your life with a lot of fun. I know that you are. You like to have fun. I know that. So anyways, Gemini, I thank you so much for sharing your time with me and allowing me to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm, and that really helps our channel a lot. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing so. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next video is coming out. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read all of them. They mean so much to me. And really one of the big reasons why I continue to do readings, because of all of the beautiful people that I have gotten to know here through the channel, all of your lovely energies, and I love hearing about all the things that you are doing and experiencing. So we will talk again soon. I love you. Goodbye.